what's going on YouTube? Gonna do like a quick short video, I guess, or try to. Done a few things around the house, and I've changed a few things around the house. And this has actually been within the past couple months, because as of the last month, I haven't had time to be at home. I actually have not seen my home, in fact, in the daylight. I saw it for like an hour in the daylight on 4th of July, and that was only because the wind picked up a little higher than what we anticipated, so we basically shut down. But other than that, one thing that I did want to change, I actually wanted to change it last year and just never actually got off my ass to get the measurements and go down and get one. But I wanted to change the walk-through door. So I'm going to change the walk-through door. It's the same thing, it's just a newer, obviously it's just a newer one. And it's a steel door, and the bottom seal plate is actually aluminum versus the hard plastic. It's probably not as thick, but it doesn't stick out as much either. I don't know if that makes any sense. And also, small block 400. It's been bored 40 over. And you can actually see that on these pistons. If I kind of flip you upside down, you'll see it. But, oh, you probably see it here, 40 over. Anyway, this thing's supposed to be able to make some decent power, which actually came at an unfortunate time, because at around that same time that I bought that, maybe like 2 months prior, I bought the intake and a set of heads that actually go on a 350. These valve covers are pretty nice. I think I've had a set like this before, the high-rise, the Dart high-rise intake, or I think it's a mid-rise actually. So I'm anticipating putting all this shit together one of these days, or at least take this motor down this block here and find out what kind of power it can make, or at least put a cam in it that can put some power to it. I did buy a cam with all of it, or at least some of it. It came with a cam, and came with some roller rockers and some other shit. And I don't think all of it's going to jive, so I'm going to have to change a few things. We've been fortunate with the rain this year. And when I say fortunate, I mean the grass has been phenomenal. I'm also going to show you another thing that I added, because I have this light up here, as well as I have that light on top of the garage. I mean, at this point, my house is almost as lit up as Fort Knox. Probably not protected as good, but it's definitely lit. And I put another one back here. And this one pretty much just shines straight down, but it definitely gives me light on my gate, gives me light on the boat. So if I wanted to tinker around with this thing for a couple hours, I've got plenty of light to do it, or at least I'm not going to be in the complete dark. I did put also a gutter system up, as you can see, and it drains out here, and actually I have my little drain here. And these were leftover pieces that I had off of my house, and decided, why not? I mean, look, I paid for them when I bought the house anyway, right? So I did. I went ahead and took them and put them on my garage. However, it doesn't catch the rain because there's a gap, and that's something that I can't really do anything about except for take some flashing and put it in between. I legit have not had time to do that. So, and it's just on the one side. I didn't have enough of the guttering system left over to do both sides, but it looks nice. I mean, I got that going for me, and it's up there really well. Like I legit took my time to measure out, and I mean, most of the stuff was guesstimated on like the pillar pieces where the gutter actually hangs off of. But other than that, I mean, it looks good. I'm pretty proud of it. Also, about a month ago, I'd taken all my dirt here around the house, all here. This gate had like another 6 inches missing out of it, and I also took another probably a 10 or 12 foot by 10 foot that used to be, all that used to be cleachy. I went ahead and brought dirt in, and smooth that out a little bit. It's still kind of roughed up. I'm hoping to get some green grass on that because the rain this year has been phenomenally great. I haven't watered anything in the backyard, and it actually looks better than my front yard, and I water the front yard, so I got that going for me. I was able to fill in some of the holes in the yard that I've wanted to fill in for a long time, and this dirt, before it was yanked up, it actually had really good high quality grass on it, so hopefully it's got some of that going for it. It's definitely going to be better than what I had. So I got that going. I'm able to fill a few holes, like I said, around the house. I filled this one, and I still lack a little bit here, and I'm going to run some all the way down the garage there, all the way down, because it's got a low spot where the rainwater just used to just fall off the roof, so it's got that dug in. I'm hoping I can get some dirt filled in there, get some nice green grass butted up next to the garage, put some flashing along the gutter, and have it to where that is actually functional and all that water can just drain out the backyard. So other than that, that's about where I'm at. I bought a sink for the garage. I bought a sink for the kitchen, a new kitchen sink. I bought a 100-foot roll of 3/4-inch PEX. I found the line coming inside the house, and I have got to change my bathtub drain. In fact, I've got plans that I'm going to do. Hopefully before like fall really sets in, I am hoping to have completely redone the plumbing underneath my house. It's really not going to take much. It's just a few more pieces and then glue them in, and then I really want to run some 3/4-inch PEX throughout the house. This way I'll have ample pressure and volume is what I'm going for. Pressure you're going to have, whether it's 3/4-inch or 1/2 inch or even 1 inch, you're going to have pressure. Volume is something that you're going to drastically lose depending on the size that you've got. So my house right now is it was built in 1928. We're in 2021 now, so this house that I'm in is almost 100 years old. I don't know how long the plumbing's been under there, but I would imagine at 1/2 inch, you're probably going to have a hole like that. By the time it rusts on the inside, your hole is going to be slimmed down to about like that. I'm already getting chunks of rust inside the bathtub anytime I run bath water before I shower or anything. I consistently have to empty the faucet in the kitchen out. I use that pretty frequently. I also bought a garbage disposal, so I'll also have that. And the sink is going to be instead of right now it's like I guess it's a double sink is what I have now. It's got 2 sinks in it in the one unit. The one I'm buying is more like a farm sink, I guess. It's just one big fucking sink. And I did go with black. I'd like to do some backsplash and some stuff like that. So I've got other things that I want to buy for the kitchen, but I'd like to install them all together, so to speak. So I'm in no hurry for the kitchen, but definitely want to change some drains and stuff throughout the house. The plumbing in the house, like anytime I'm gone for these 18 or 16-hour days, I come home and it just smells so foul inside the house because I don't really think it's draining like it needs to. I'm not having plumbing issues, but I don't think it's draining like it needs to. Some of the sink actually does not drain very good. To me, it drains slow, and the bathtub drains slow. The bathroom sink drains fine. Toilet drains fine. The garage, everything in the garage seems to drain perfectly fine. No issues there. It's mainly these sinks or pools of water that just drain really slow. But the bathtub actually goes into a P trap, and then it goes through some kind of filter or canister style filter. It's old. Everybody I've talked to says it's a piece of shit. The best thing you can do is get that thing out of there, and that'll help a dramatic amount as far as your draining. Well, the other part with my plumbing is it goes from PVC to cast iron, back to PVC, back to cast iron, back to PVC, and then it has like another little piece of fucking cast iron in there. Like, why not just chop all this out? It would have been cheaper for everybody and a hell of a lot easier to just go PVC on everything and glue. So I'm fucking done with it. So I'm gonna have to do some digging underneath the house, and that's gonna suck. I don't want it to be really cold, but I don't want it to be hot outside either. It's not that cool underneath the house, but I'm not trying to do it in 100-degree weather. Although, we haven't had 100-degree weather. We've only had like 2 days in 100 degrees. And even both of those days, we were able to spray all day. So, this has been a wild season. I threw that out there before. Anyway, I got home a little early today. We got off before 6 o'clock, or at least I did. And so I took the time. I mowed the yard. We got some rain coming again. I need some weed spray for my walkway here in the backyard. I need some for the front yard. And other than that, I just kind of wanted to show you, give you a rundown what I've been up to or whatnot. I still got projects still in the fucking mix. I haven't really been working on my rig works too much because I've been at work all the freaking time and I don't have time to think straight. So hopefully within the next month or so I can get this old 400 here. Should make some pretty decent power. These are like 11 to 1.5 compression ratio. And these are actually called round top. They're not dome. They're called round top pistons. I don't know what. I've never heard of that before. So it'll be interesting. Everything else was set up to be stock because it was going to be run as a mud bogger motor, which I still think can have perfectly good potential to run decent enough compression with set of heads. The heads are triple spring valves. Sorry. The camshaft I have is more like a very mild to light cam. It's probably not worth much, so I can get rid of it or even send it with this other motor. But now I got another motor I got to get rid of. I like the intake. I'd like to keep the heads. I don't think I'm going to be able to use those on this block though. Anyway, I'm going to go shower. I'm going to go to bed. Got my laundry cleaned up. I'm fucking beat. I'm worn out. We'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching.